outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night beneath the mistletoe. It's cold outside.
Welcome back. So today I want to talk to you about the reason why your child is miserable in Ghana. So now, for those of you that don't know, myself and my family have been in Ghana for, I always lose count, 7 or 8 years. One of the two of them. Anyway, neither here nor there. So yeah, so what I have seen, when people come to Ghana, there's a bit of a shell shock that happens, and the thing that kind of pulls people to go back to wherever they're used to living is most of the time, if it's not to do with finance, it's to do with children. Now, obviously, your children are a big factor in, your life and, the kind of lifestyle that you're going to have and all of that, because children take up a lot of your time. They are part of you, and you want your children to be happy, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But one thing you do need to understand, guys, is that when you come to Ghana, if you bring your children to Ghana at a particular age, right, it's either going to be very easy for them to adapt, or it's going to be very difficult for them to adapt. Honestly, I haven't really come across a situation where there's been like a kind of like an in-between. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, if you bring your children to Ghana and they are fairly young, so you have a child who's around the age of obviously babies, it doesn't really matter, that they just don't really know the difference. So we're talking like if your child's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you move them to Ghana, they can kind of like adapt, because although they have friends where you're originally from, they haven't quite made real established connections where they're like, I'm gonna like bawl my eyes out for days on end because I'm missing this person so much, they were my best friend. They're not gonna have so much of that connection. If you bring older children who are slightly older, so they're going on say 10, 11, 12, going upwards, it's so much harder for them to adapt to Ghana, because they have established their friends. They're kind of like starting to know themselves and trying to learn about themselves. I mean, come on. Just think about when you were younger and trying to establish. So I've got something in my eye. It's really irritating me. There's like a hair in my eye or something. Where are you? Come on now. I don't think I've got it, but it's not disturbing me as much. There's a loose hair somewhere. Ugh. I don't know, I can't see it, but yeah, it's somewhere. But anyhow, yeah. So think about back to when you were that kind of like age, trying to learn about yourself. There's so many things. I mean, your body, your hormones are doing all kinds of crazy things that you don't quite understand. It's kind of like trying to establish your own personality, so your friends kind of help you do that. And so if you have a child and they now become used to a particular environment, and then you take them out of there and you put them into another environment, it's very, very difficult for them to adapt, because they're now like, hold on, what's happened? My friends are not here. And especially nowadays with social media, they see pictures of their friends doing things, going out together, and then they're here in Ghana and they're like trying to find, okay, so now where can I get my circle of friends? People have already made friendships, especially if they've been in the school system, they've already kind of got their friendships. They're kind of like, it's hard to get into a new group of friends when you're of a certain age. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it can become a bit difficult. And so it kind of throws things up in the air for them. And so they feel miserable in Ghana. And what's so difficult about Ghana as well is that there is not a lot to do for children of a certain age. Let's just be real and call it what it is. Ghana, there are a few places that are like kind of okay for children. So you have like Legon Botanical Garden. Is it Legon Botanical Garden? What am I even saying? I don't know. That Legon place where you can go and do like the zip line, and they have like different things that you can do in there. That place is pretty cool. The only thing is, if you haven't acclimatized, man, to go and stand outside in that sun when you've just arrived in Ghana, it's not easy because you will be tired, you will wear out, you will sleep, by 4 o'clock you'll be sleeping because the sun has beaten you to pieces. So really, there's not much that you can do indoors, and especially for that kind of like age range, like 10, 11, 12, it's a lot harder to get your child to integrate. Don't get me wrong, there are some children that are pretty much, they're like, I was going to say blank canvas, that's not quite the right word. They're pretty much open and they don't mind new things. They're those children, I'm not talking about those are the exceptions to the rule, but for most other children, it becomes very hard to adapt. So there are no like real social clubs or things where people could go really and establish friendship. Because honestly, for us adults, establishing friendships can be hard when we move to another country. So you can imagine what it's like when someone who is younger and still trying to understand themselves, trying to find their way in a new country. It is not the easiest thing to do. So if you're bringing your child to Ghana at a particular age, just know that it could take them a while to adapt.
I don't understand why
So either you're gonna have to be very patient and try and find things for your child to do, or you put them into a school that perhaps is kind of like a happy medium for them, so they can make friends with, you know, people that are more Ghanaian, and then they can also make friends with people that have also been abroad and come to Ghana, so that there's like a bit of a balance for them to kind of relate. It can just be very difficult. You know, you've got to give them time to adjust. There's just so much happening. I mean, when I think back to when we first came to Ghana, like I was so off balance. Like I really didn't know whether I was coming or going, or it was a lot for me to digest, let alone a child who doesn't really understand what's going on. They've left their friends behind. Social media is showing them that loads of things are happening and they're missing out and this and the other. I mean, it's tough, guys, it's tough. It's not an easy ask. So, you know, if you're gonna bring your children to Ghana, my best advice to you would be bring them, if you can, while they're young. Bring them young, because then they're more likely to adapt. It will make your life so much easier. Trying to bring someone who's like 12, 13, 14, it's a lot harder, guys. Honestly, I'm not just saying that, it is a lot harder. Like they will struggle, you will feel the pain of them struggling as well. It just won't be a comfortable situation. It will take time to adjust. Even if you're adamant that, look, this is what we're doing, this is what we're saying, it will take time for your child to adjust. You'll probably find that you'll probably adjust more than they will. And the reason for that is because you as a person are more grounded, you know yourself more, you've kind of like, you just kind of know yourself, you know, so you know kind of like the kind of person you're looking for. You kind of can go places, you're easier to make friendships with. You know, for children, it's not that easy to necessarily make friendships when they're of a certain age. Younger children, like, they're just off, like, especially my daughter, if she meets another girl, she is off. And to be honest, my daughter doesn't really care what age that person, if that person's 16, she's quite happy to go and sit and play with them. If the person is 5, she's quite happy to go and like chill out there. Like, she don't have no, she's pretty easy. She just wants another girl around. That's all she wants, you know. And it's not as easy as that for everybody, I understand. But because we brought our children when they were, oh gosh, my youngest was 1.5 and my oldest at the time was 6. I think it was 6, yeah. So it was pretty easy. They were here. I mean, as soon as we got to Ghana, they just kicked off their shoes, running around, playing. I mean, obviously they did have an element where they missed their friends a little bit, but it wasn't anything where they were like, oh, I miss so-and-so and so-and-so. It wasn't like that. They would do the odd FaceTime call, and it was cool, do you see what I mean? And it's really strange because even now, sometimes, you know, they play Roblox. If you guys don't know what Roblox is, please, it is disturbing all of us parents, this Roblox thing, please. Right, anyway, so yeah, so they go on Roblox, they see their friends in the UK on Roblox, and they're playing together on Roblox, you know, and it's like, they still have that kind of connection. Even though they're not seeing that person all the time, they still have that kind of friendship connection with, you know, the people that they kind of left behind, I guess. You know, find out what your child likes to do. So if your child, I don't know, they might like gaming, let them game get it out of their system for a bit. Let them play on the computer for a bit. If that's what they need in order to feel a bit more of a transition phase, let them do that. If they do they want to be around other people, try and find them friends that, you know, and they can establish bonds with. I know it's not that easy because just because someone is the same age as you doesn't mean that you're going to get on. And let's be real, us adults, we struggle ourselves sometimes. You know, you meet someone and it doesn't quite go according to plan. So children have the same thing. There's no exception because they're a child. So if you've brought your child to Ghana and you've been experiencing this, just know that you are not alone. Definitely not alone. Countless people are struggling the same as you're struggling. Be a little bit more flexible with your child to just give them that chance to integrate, because I'm not joking, it is really hard, guys. Honestly, I've seen people come here and struggle, and it's not without reason, because there is not a whole ton of things to do here. It's a big jump from one place to another, and don't expect your child is just going to be able to do that overnight. You've come with a plan, and this is what you want to do. You've moved to Ghana, this is what you want to do. It may not necessarily be what your child wants to do at the age that they're at, and so therefore you have to be prepared for that transition phase that you're going to go through. Eventually, hopefully, your child will start to learn to adapt, and they'll start to find their feet a bit, but at the beginning, just know that it will probably be rough if your child is a certain age. So just please, guys, just be gentle with them, have patience with them, just see things from their perspective. Sometimes, if you have family here, see family, because that kind of gives them a bit of familiarity as well. Am I saying it right? Familiarity, that's it. A bit of familiarity with maybe perhaps people that they've met in the past already, that they know your family, do you see what I mean? So it can help. Just give them something to hold on to, if that makes sense, so that they don't feel so, oh, this is awful, it's not fair, I don't want to be in Ghana. You know, we don't want to have that. We don't want to have that situation. So anyway, this was just a very quick video to encourage you guys that, you know, if your child's of a certain age and you're thinking of coming to Ghana, you do it quickly, or you prepare your child before they come, so that the shock for them is not so much. Bring the things that they love, the things that make them feel comfortable and happy. Bring those things with you so that they can feel more comfortable and relaxed. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you get me? That's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I'm not going to talk anymore, I'm not going to rabbit along. But anyway, that is it for today, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to also do me a favor and like, comment, and share this video for me. I would really appreciate it. Until the next one, guys, I'm out.
Thank you.